How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, same old over here, just working. I
Okay.
guess tell the people what you do, your name, what you do, where
Okay.
they find you at, all that good stuff.
Okay. So I'm gonna give them the whole spiel. I am Madam St. Clair, also known as Korpo Jonel. You can find me on Instagram as Korpo Jonel. That's KORPOJONEL. I'm a digital marketing operations assistant at Atlantic Records. I support the head of digital marketing and sports partnerships on artists such as Kodak Black, NBA YoungBoy, Roddy Ricch, Corday, Cardi B, and more. So that's me.
Look, that's super dope. Look, everybody can't say that's what they do. That's amazing. So, did you like go to school for that, or is that something like you just fell into?
So I went to school for communications and I minored in marketing. I actually got like all of my experience with digital marketing through this program called Co-op. It's like
Okay.
a Google funded program where they take people of color, so minorities, and just teach them things like paid social, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, Google Analytics, Google Ads, all of that shit. So that's how I like got my intro into digital.
Got you. So, how important is like ads now? Like, I mean, obviously we see it all the time, and in the history there's been commercials to all that, but learning like Google Ads and all that stuff, is that like has that eliminated like hand to hand promotion?
I wouldn't say, at least when it comes to music. When it comes to music, you're not really using a lot of Google Ads. Most of your campaigns are more so on the paid social front.
Like what? Like
So, for example, working at Atlantic, we work with an advertising partner who will get ads up for us on Instagram, Spotify, Snapchat, and things of that sort. So I think ads plays a major role, but especially for an independent artist, up and coming artist, I do think that you should be figuring out how to allocate some budget aside to run some paid ads, but you should also be being more innovative and creative in the ways that you're tapping in with your fans and your audience, and not just looking to go viral
right.
on social, but looking for creative ways to really tap in with a community that's tuned in with you.
Got you. So, but as an artist, like what I'm supposed to promote, like, well, so I'm not an artist, but I'm just saying, like, but as if I'm an artist, upcoming artist, like, what am I supposed to promote? Like a music video or yeah, what is catching people's eyes if I'm
So
gonna run an
visuals
ad?
are number one.
Okay.
Video is king. Content is king. If content is king, video is queen.
Right.
So you should definitely be investing your money into some type of visual that looks great and is high quality, no low budget visuals. And then past that, figuring out what pages are relevant to your audience. So taking some time to go to your Spotify for artists and looking at, okay, is a large amount of my audience female? Are they male? How old are they? Where are they located? Because then when you're putting a campaign together for a single release or an album release, you need to be thinking about several things. So working at a label, when we're putting a campaign together for an artist, we're thinking about our paid ads, our influencer campaign, and then some seeded posts, as well as thinking about other little tactics of how we can keep the artist active on social during the release cycle.
Right.
And when I'm talking about seeded posts, why I say it's important for you to go and look at your Spotify for artists and explore some of your audience demographics, even your Instagram. Look at your
Right.
Instagram. Wherever you have data letting
Right.
you know some information about your audience, you need to go explore that and understand their age, their sex, and where they're located.
Gotcha.
Because when I'm talking about seeded posts, I don't think people really know what that is. Let's say you see something on Hot New Hip Hop or my mixtapes that's like, oh, is this artist the next Kodak coming out of Florida? That is a seeded post. Someone has reached out to this page. At a label, we reach out to a third-party advertiser that's going to reach out to several pages for us. But as an independent artist, you can do your own diligence and your own work once you understand where your audience is to put your own list of pages together, whether it be Hot New Hip Hop, my mixtapes, or whatever it is, to reach out to that page and figure out what is the dialogue or the story that you're looking to tell in relation to this single release or this album release, and what type of conversation do you want to build around your music so that you can then reach out to that page and be like, hey, I wanted to know how much it costs to get a post up. I have a album dropping, a single dropping next week, release day or the day after release. I would like a post to go up, and this is what I want them to, what I would like it to say, just so you can start figuring out how to allocate your budget.
Right.
On the influencer front, as an independent artist, you probably don't have the budget to reach out to somebody that has millions of influencers, or
Like
millions of followers.
3,000 a post
Exactly.
or something.
But do your due diligence. Do you have people in your network that have a decent amount of following? Do your due diligence. Go on Instagram. Find somebody that is reflective of them audience demographics that I just keep telling. I was just talking about. Find someone that's reflective of that. If they have 5K followers, if they have 2,000 followers, could you create some type of content using my single? I know you see a lot of people do reaction videos.
Right.
A lot of those people that are doing reaction videos, some of them get paid to do that. Who said it recently? Somebody said it recently. YouTubers make more than rappers.
Oh yeah, I believe that shit.
Somebody said that recently. Yeah, a lot of those guys is doing reactions. A lot of times, don't get me wrong, they do have their times where they fuck with an artist enough just to be like, I'm gonna react.
Right.
But a lot of times they're getting compensated. So as an up and coming artist, go on YouTube and explore the up and coming YouTubers who are trying to establish themselves as reactioners and be like, yo, can we work together? Like, can you do a reaction to my song? There's even some YouTubers that just pride themselves on being in the know of up and coming talent.
Right.
And that's what they're known
It's
for.
like the DJ who breaks the record.
Exactly. So those are the type of things that we're working on digitally. And then we're also looking for like some live performance pieces. I know y'all see like everybody got some type of live performance thing going on, whether it's Amped, whether it's Trash Mag, who else? I was just looking at another one. Oh, the Purple Room.
Yeah.
That's Amethyst Collab. They just came out with the Purple Room, which is super fire. But everybody has some type of live performance opportunity. So if you have a single that's performing really, really well and getting a lot of streams, getting a lot of traction on Spotify, take that and go perform. Have a live performance, but come up with a real strategy around the release of your music that isn't just, I post on Instagram and I'm like, y'all go listen to my shit.
Right. That's what I was gonna get to, because people like to run ads and it might just be of their music video, but why would we care about like any who's this music video? I don't even know them next. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, but if I was gonna ask you, what do you find most effective if it's like a person and be like, this person sings better than Beyonce? And it's like, let me see. Like that sounds more intriguing than a person just here goes a music video.
I think especially when it comes to digital, it's all about testing. A lot of it is testing what works. So I would even advise A/B testing. A lot of people think that running an ad on Instagram is as simple as, I post and then I go and I boost the post.
Right.
But beyond that, there is Meta Business Manager, where you're actually putting in like actual ads. If you have some type of inventory of emails, you're uploading those emails on the back end and coming up with a lookalike audience. A lookalike audience is an audience that is identical to the personas of everybody. Let's say you have 300 emails and you pop in those 300 emails into Meta Business Manager and you ask it to produce a lookalike audience. It's now going to produce an audience that resembles this audience, has similar interest, listens to similar things, listens to similar music. So now you actually have an audience of 600 people, and you can literally A/B test ads. You could have two different campaigns going at once. So let's say you have two different campaigns going. You have one campaign going that is just like your music video promo asset is what it would be called. So it's like maybe like 30 seconds, 15 to 30 second clip of what you feel is like the best part of the music video, typically the chorus or the verse of the music video. And then you have another one where you're like, maybe you done grabbed whatever reaction video you had someone do, and you're like, okay, let me run a vertical ad of that person saying, oh, this music is fire.
Right.
Have both of those ads going. Is going to prioritize the spend. Spend is going to be prioritized, like the system, Meta Business Manager system is going to prioritize spend towards what is performing well, which is getting getting the lowest rather cost per click. You
Right.
know,
Got you.
and so when you see what's performing best after maybe several days of running the ads, switch off the other one, and so that all of your spend can be prioritized. Let's say the person talking about you is performing well, switch off the other ad so all of your spend can be prioritized into the ad that's performing better.
So it's not good to run like multiple ads at the same time, as far as like showing different things.
I wouldn't advise running like going into like if you're trying to DIY it and like explore Meta Business Manager by yourself and start running ads independently.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend running 5 different ads
At
per
the same
se
time, right.
at the same time. I would stick to 2 different assets and see which is performing better.
Got you.
there.
And then stick with one.
Yeah.
Got you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I know you said something like the whole vertical thing. So I was actually just talking to my boy. Is there something that is there a way to know like I'm trying to see how to say it, like, do vertical videos perform better
Yes.
than like okay,
Definitely. Vertical videos perform better right now because everybody is in competition with TikTok. You see, YouTube just started YouTube Shorts, and I literally just like posted in my stories, if you're an artist, you need to tap in with YouTube Shorts right now because they are trying to push that and get that as much visibility as possible. When I'm on YouTube right now, I'm being served YouTube Shorts because they're trying to compete with everybody else in the sense that everybody is using vertical content. Freaking Instagram was just saying that, they're not a picture platform anymore. They had to come back and recant because to the point that I was talking about, your audience demographics, they realized that their audience was complaining about the fact that, okay,
pictures,
yeah, nigga, we want to do pictures. Right. So they came back and said that, even though Reels is very important to them right now, pictures are still getting an opportunity to be seen, if you will.
Gotcha.
But vertical video content, short form vertical video content is where it's at right now.
Got you. So how does it work? Like when different social medias, how because I remember when Snapchat, they was doing their thing, and then Instagram ended up getting stories or something like that. So like when a new platform gets like a new addition, does that mean like artists or creators or whoever like need to hop on and like really start pushing that narrative? Okay.
I would definitely recommend it because as soon as someone introduces a new feature, their number one objective is to get people to use that feature and see that feature exists. So like even when Instagram started getting Reels, you couldn't get, even right now, you can't get on Instagram without watching Reels, bro. I get lost in Reels.
Right.
Everybody wants to be the next TikTok. TikTok really came in and like blew shit up. I can't lie. They came in, they established themselves as the number one music platform. Like we going into a new year, but literally last year, a lot of the highest performing songs on Spotify were songs that went viral on TikTok. And TikTok even came in and brought back catalog records. Being that we are we over the pandemic? Are we in the pandemic? I don't even know what's going on, to be honest.
I guess depending on what state you're in.
Shit, I don't know. But, going through the times that we're going through right now, nostalgia marketing is a thing. So people are always looking for things that reminds them of like a simpler time. You feel me? Which is why you see people sampling so much old music right now.
Right.
Or whatever. But TikTok came and just revived so many people's catalogs. A lot of the highest performing songs on Spotify last year were catalog records that came out years ago.
Right.
So TikTok really came in and just disrupted everything, and now everybody is just trying to keep up.
Right. Mm-hmm. How much of marketing is like the study of human behavior? Like, do you watch the news and it's like, okay, we need to market this way, or what I mean?
It's all of it. I would say the number one thing is the foundation of marketing is human behavior, because at the end of the day, the number one thing that you're trying to get people to do as a marketer is take action for you. And in order to get someone to take action for you, you have to understand and study their behavior. I personally started my background in sales. So being that I started my background in sales, I was constantly like diving through data to understand how to get people to tap in with my products, so that my product could turn over really fast so that I can hit my sales quota.
Right.
But I would definitely say that consumer behavior is the foundation and the most important part of marketing. I think my marketing professor, why I even decided to get a sales certification when I was studying undergrad, was because my marketing professor told me that the best marketing professionals are sales professionals. And that's because sales is all about understanding people.
Right. Right. No, that makes sense. How about location? How impactful is that as far as marketing? Because you got different people in New York, different people in Cali. So it's like, do you market a different way to different locations,
I would
or is it
definitely
just general?
say
Like,
I would definitely say you market a different way to different locations because different locations have different interests.
right,
From a music marketing perspective and an artist perspective, I keep going back to the data because it's so important. You could be an artist in Atlanta, but your shit could be going up in New York City.
right.
And you only have like 10 listeners coming from Atlanta. Will it make sense for you to put
Keep
together
pushing
a
Atlanta.
show in Atlanta today?
Right,
No, it's not, because you're probably not going to have too many people show up.
right,
And you're probably going to have to figure out what is the difference? Like what's the discrepancy here? Why, if you're looking to grow your Atlanta audience,
right,
why, even though you're gonna go, you're gonna go where the data is telling you,
right.
but how do I need to shift how I'm communicating
To
to
them.
tap in with Atlanta? If you're having a high number of interest in New York, how do people in New York show interest different from Atlanta? How can I dive deeper into the data to understand what is it about me that people in New York are liking?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know if that answered the question.
No, it did. So, have you ever worked with an independent artist, like as far as just marketing?
Yeah, I work with an independent artist. I don't know if I can say the artist name that I work with through.
You don't have to say the name.
Yeah, but I do.
Do you feel like it's a difference between marketing a major versus an independent artist?
Most definitely, because when you're working with a major artist, the shit is gonna sell.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Not all the time. But like I say, the shit is gonna sell in the sense that, like, we don't gotta do too much work to freaking develop an audience for Roddy Ricch. Like, niggas know who Roddy Ricch is. If he posts something on his Instagram, maybe it's not gonna do the box numbers,
Right.
but it's gonna do something because people know who he is. We're not like trying to grow his following on Instagram. We're not trying to grow his following in all of these places. We just trying to give people the freaking music. You feel me? But when it comes to a more independent artist, that's when I'm having conversations about like, oh, like, what can we do? Like, I was literally telling, this is an idea from somebody to take right now. Like, I was literally telling another, like, an independent artist or a smaller artist, baby artist is what we call them.
Right.
A baby artist that I was supporting on, like, yo, he had mad music. He had so much music. He just had like an arsenal of music. I'm like, yo, you live in Cali. Why don't you go to a boardwalk in Cali? Why don't you go to iconic places in Cali? Or we're in Atlanta right now. Why don't you go to like iconic places in Atlanta where mad people be?
Right.
And why don't you just pull up on people, be like, yo, listen to this song. Like, rate it from like 1 to 10, 1 to 5. People be scared to do stuff like that because they don't want to hear somebody be like, your shit is trash.
Right.
But you got to be vulnerable.
Especially nowadays.
Exactly. You have to be vulnerable to be able to, develop an audience, develop a community around your music. But that's just how the conversations differ when you're working with what is called a baby artist. Like, yo, could you go on IG Live once a week and just, if you're a lyricist, can you like pick a word and just spit freaking bars around that word to like the beat of one of your partners? Like, if you're a producer, can you go on IG Live once a week and freaking play through beats and just let people tell you which ones is the hitters and which ones is not?
Right.
But I don't like really need Roddy Ricch to be on IG Live every single week talking about anything because he's fucking Roddy.
Right.
So.
But sometimes I feel like some major artists need to get back to some of the original
I
marketing
agree.
plan. Like, cause I'm witnessing it with Jeezy. Like, I feel like he was growing, and then it was kind of like it got weird. But now he just dropped this new shit. It's like he's the new artist again. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? He's in the
Definitely
you
with
know
those
what I mean?
artists that have like a catalog, if you
Okay,
will,
got
like
you.
a catalog, like they got like Jeezy got fans, like he got
Right,
like
right.
loyal fans.
Right.
So when he's coming back, if anything, he's trying to remind Gen Z
Right.
who
Right.
he is.
Who the fuck I am?
Right, he's trying to remind them or introduce them to who he is. So he
Right.
might have to tap into more of like, the grassroots artist development type things just to like, refresh people's
Is that a
memory.
year? Is that a year's thing or is that a catalog thing? Because if we look at artists like Kendrick Lamar, uh, technically, what he been 10 years damn near, like, or is, you know what I'm saying? But he only dropped a couple projects, so now does he have to remind the
Niggas
newer
know who
people?
Kendrick
Not
is.
yet.
I just feel like,
I mean, but you see what I'm saying?
I
though?
feel
Like,
that
is it
maybe at some point, like, I feel like the best example here is like Nas, because we just had this whole situation
But see,
where
that's like 30 years in.
What did he just release? Like King Disease 3?
Yeah, but he's going crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what did fucking 21 Savage was like? Basically, this nigga needs to relax. He's like basically not
Right.
relevant.
Right.
He's
And
not
then he had to
relevant.
remind
Yeah,
people.
so it's shit like that. I guess
Right.
it's like an example of like, and I know like there's like he's like knee deep in the game
Right.
or whatever, but it's shit like that where sometimes artists do just have to like remind niggas like, nah, nigga, I'm relevant. And to be honest, Nas didn't even have to say nothing. It's like his
No, he didn't have
his
to.
fans was like the ones
his
that
fans,
like came out and was
right.
like, okay, you're wilding.
Right. I respected the record though. I liked it. The record that they did it together or whatever. But have you ever seen a whack marketing? I'm sure you have, but have you ever seen a whack marketing plan that's been done by like big artists? Like you see it and you're like, that was the marketing plan. That was.
I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of the shit that's being done right now is kind of whack in the sense that I don't feel like people are really being innovative no more. I feel like it's just like pop and play. Okay, let's put some seeded posts out.
Right.
Okay, let's run some ads. That's literally all people are doing. Like I really enjoyed actually seeing 21 Savage and Drake, how they went about their shit. Like
Or the fake
recreating,
interviews or
the
something
fake
like that?
interviews, recreating like a lot of the things that you would see artists do if they're like actually about to have like actually releasing a project. Like they're gonna go perform on Jimmy Kimmel, they're gonna go talk on the Breakfast Club, they're gonna go do all of these things. I think it was really, really dope to see them like do spoofs of it and create these moments for themselves.
Right.
So that was something dope that I really, really liked. Yeah, I think that was like the most like innovative thing lately that I've seen. Just like in this year
Right. This
of
year's
releases.
release.
Yeah,
The do you feel like music videos are still important?
I think music videos are still important.
Like,
I
'cause
think
they've done no music videos yet, so that's.
I feel like music videos are still important. People are still watching music videos. Like maybe not as much as like the 106 Apart days,
Right.
rather. But I think music videos are still important just for the sense that visuals are very, very important.
But there's so many alternatives.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about a new artist, they probably spend whatever amount, they outfit changes and the whole nine, and then go pay however much for a video and whatever. And then there's some artists who just do the drop down mic and do the whole song there, and then they have more views than the music
I think
video
that those
they
things.
done.
I think like because that's like more of like a performance piece of what you just described.
Yeah, exactly.
Like anything where they just have the mic in
Right,
front
but
of
them
them.
numbers are going crazier.
Those
than
numbers
that.
those things do perform very, very well. And I do think that is needed as a part of your release strategy, but I don't think that is what you need to replace as your music video. Now, I do know that with independent artists, budget can be tight.
All right.
So that is something that you could utilize as your music video. But I think that you should still figure out how to invest some time and energy into putting like some quality visuals together for
For
your
sure.
release. Like treat yourself like a real artist. You feel me?
Right.
Like
Right.
do the whole nine. And I say visuals are important because freaking Kendrick Lamar just
Yeah,
released
that was hard. I
like
really
his
like that new
visuals are
record.
crazy, and it's so nice and refreshing to see someone like taking the time to actually put some creativity into their visuals. And even the baby,
I was
the
about to say the baby is I seen him first through visuals.
exactly, he was being really creative, really
Right. And
funny,
I was like, who is this? It's
doing all
hard.
his shit with his videos. I think that is a very, very powerful marketing tool. Be creative. Don't just be freaking standing outside in front of a whoop rapping.
Right.
Like,
Right.
like do some creative shit. Tap in with your homeboys. Like, I'm sure every single person, if you're a musician, you have friends that are trying to be creative directors. You got friends that are trying to be
Right.
videographers. You got friends that's trying to be freaking screenwriters. You have like so many resources around you. Tap into that and be innovative with the content that you're producing. But
Right.
definitely produce content. As much content as you can within a feasible budget.
Right. At what point do you think artists need a music video though? Like even yeah, just coming up. Like at what point do you think an artist need a music video? Because people try to like, I got a new song. Let me go shoot a video, and they be like, nigga, that video is about to get 15 views.
Nah,
You
I'm
know what I mean?
done. I don't know.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think that you should always try to come with a visual for not every single song,
Right.
but definitely if your song is getting a little traction,
If it's getting trashed. Okay, that's kind of what I was getting
yeah,
at.
release your song on the DSP platforms.
Right.
Look at the ones, see what's picking up traction. If something is picking up
Right.
traction, shoot a video for it, because budget is little.
Right.
You got like 10 people listening to the song, then you're like, I'm about to go shoot a video. It's like,
Right. You might kind of want to just throw another song out.
yeah, like let's see if something else hits.
Right. Right. So you can get 11 people this time.
Yeah, so that's what I would say about that. But visuals are very, very important. And right now you could be innovative in creating some short form content. Like, how can you
Right.
create some short form content around your single, around your song, to drive traffic to it, to drive people to actually stream and listen to the music,
Right.
before taking like the big jump and investing like 3K into like a music video. I don't know if
Right.
that's how much y'all be paying for y'all music videos, but
Right.
mm-hmm.
So if somebody wanted to be in your shoes, somebody wanted to be a digital marketer, like what do you advise a person to do? Like what's the steps?
I would say, well, if in today's climate, if you are looking to get into digital marketing, I would say study TikTok. Study TikTok, study the type of content that works on TikTok, get familiar with their analytics, and being able to understand what performs well on TikTok, because right now that's where people are looking for help the most. A lot of major brands feel very lost when it comes to TikTok. So if you understand that platform, you can start consulting. You can start consulting people. I would definitely say you don't have to go to school to do digital marketing. You really, really don't. But study all of the top social platforms right now. YouTube is another one that's really, really good to study, because that's a platform that brands also feel a little lost on and they don't really know how to tap into. I would say the easiest barrier to entry is Instagram. Understanding Instagram. And if you're really, really serious about getting into it, I would say study paid social. And how to run campaigns via Meta Business Manager, because a lot of people are looking for people to run ads for them.
Gotcha.
So if you learn how to do that right now, you could start running ads for artists right now.
All right.
So.
You said study paid social. What is that? Like a...
Okay, so when it comes to social media, you have paid social and you have organic social.
Gotcha.
So organic is like your hashtag strategy, engaging with your community, going to different people's pages that are reflective of the audience that you're trying to attract to your page, and maybe liking some of their pictures, commenting on some of their things. And even like the posting of the videos, like creating your videos and just posting them on there and hoping that it catch traction.
Right.
Paid social is any time we are paying to serve people ads. And that's really the only difference. Whereas this was discovered by someone independently just going onto the platform and opening their phone, and it was discovered on their Explore page or whatever. Paid ads are the ones that are coming to you in your stories, where you see that little ad. It says sponsored underneath.
Right.
And you're like, okay, so this is a paid ad. Or even if you're scrolling down your feed, you're like, who the fuck is this? I don't follow this person.
Right.
It's like, oh shit, it's an ad.
Got you. But you can get organic views, followers.
Yeah, you can get organic views and you can get organic followers. It's really just about understanding the content that works on the platform and then being consistent enough. I know sometimes it's like you don't want to post on social. You feel like they're going to judge me. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. They're going to say, they're going to be like, oh, I think I am. Da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
But in order for you to learn what works for your audience, you have to test. The name of the game when it comes to digital is testing. I'm going to post this. If it don't perform well, okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to figure out what tweaks I can make, and I'm going to come out with something else. But I'm also going to go on reels, whether it be reels of musicians, reels of whoever, and I'm going to see like what's trending right now. What are the sounds that are trending right now?
Right.
What's going on in terms of how people are creating the content on here, and how can I take some of these things and apply it to my content so that I can get my first viral post.
Got you. So what's the difference between digital and physical? I know it sounds like a stupid question, but if I'm getting into marketing to work for a label or whatever, what's the difference between digital marketing and I guess what you would just call physical marketing or just regular marketing? Like what's the...
So at a label, marketing and digital are they're two different departments. I come from an agency background, so I'm used to like the digital part of marketing just being like an extension of the marketing campaign. But if I were to say what the biggest difference is, I would say that the marketing side is working on the bigger strategy. They might give some ideas for merch. They may be thinking about where a billboard can go. They may be thinking about where's the best location to have a street team. They may be thinking about the narrative that they're looking to build around the release of this project. What are some activations that we can do that can continue to tell this story that we've decided that we're looking to go with for this project? Whereas digital is the microphone, I feel like. We come in and we magnify the reach of the story through different digital marketing tactics, whether it be an influencer campaign, whether it be a seeded campaign, whether it be a paid advertising campaign. I feel like digital comes in and says, after marketing decides what's going on over here, digital comes in and is like, this is going on over here.
Right.
If I, that's how I would describe it in the simplest terms.
Got you. No, that makes sense. Well, I appreciate you for coming on.
No problem.
To Industry Convos.
I hope it was good.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely amazing. I mean, because the thing is, a lot of people think they know marketing, and a lot of people think they know how to run ads. People think a lot of things. You know what I mean? If it's easy, you could just go to this website and blah, blah, blah. And when it's never easy as it seems. You know what I mean?
It's not. There's a lot of moving parts. But the thing that I do want independent artists to know is that it's achievable.
Right.
Like, it's achievable and it can be done with little budget. You can establish your own little release strategy around your music. You
Right.
can do it.
Right. How much money do you think it take to like really make an impact as an independent artist? Like just to make a splash to get on the label radar from a digital marketing aspect.
From a digital marketing aspect, see, I don't want to put a number on it because it takes a little bit. I wouldn't say it. There's a number around it, but there is the work around
Okay.
building a community around your music. The label just wants to see that you have.
You got fans. You got
Yeah, like
people that
you've
really-
taken the time to establish a community around your music, and so it's really just applying. Being a little more tactical. If you're about to release a song, don't just fucking post this shit on Instagram and be like, my song is out. Can you have a little event around that song?
Right.
Can you bring some people out? Can you put up an RSVP page? Can you get some emails so that now that every time you release music, those people that showed up to this event, you can now email them or get their phone number and send a text directly to their phone letting them know that more music is coming? You know,
Right.
can you put a little event together where you'll have your merch present, you'll have an opportunity to perform, and then open the stage for some of your homies to perform too?
Right.
It's the things like that, and so that's like more of like, I would say that, I guess that's more like of a physical marketing thing than it is a digital marketing thing. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't put a number on it. I would say establish your community. Do the work to establish your community. Create a community around your music.
Got you. Last question. I don't know if you want to answer this, but what is the most amount of money that y'all spent on a digital campaign?
The most amount of money we've spent on a digital campaign, I don't know, but I did just process an invoice recently for $135K. And that shit was like, I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is a lot. That's somebody's like, there's more than somebody's salary.
That's yeah.
So I did process an invoice for like $135K. And I was just like, wow, that's a lot of money.
No, it is.
So
Okay. Well, Nessa, I appreciate you for joining us for sure.
no problem. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate
For
it.
sure. We probably have you again. You know what I'm saying? We
I
could be in
hope
New
so.
York
I
next
hope
time.
so. I hope so.
So,